Live.
All right.
Ooh,
Welcome back to another week of Vampire.
hello, Twitch.
Hello, Twitch.
Does someone want to catch us up on where we are in our story?
Running away.
I mean, there were bits in the middle of that are probably important.
We're there though.
Yeah, I think we're in some trouble.
So,
We
our
found
our
out that some paramilitary organization under the guise of an ROTC operation is about to pin Paris, Texas down looking for an artifact that we think may or may not be the book in Charlie's possession. And
mm,
I suspect also may or may not be the jar of Smucker's strawberry peanut butter that Frank keeps in the downstairs bathroom.
The book is no longer in Charlie's possession.
yes,
That is correct.
Charlie
Charlie
got a
gave it up.
call from Marianne saying that the owner of the book was at the library and wanted it back. That was a lie. The owner of the book was not in that library, but instead someone else. And while Charlie and Kitty dealt with that, Z and Frank went to the ROTC office and did a little snooping. We were successful, some could say,
Ish.
some points of view. And I believe Z found out more about the history of operations like this, and that in his knowledge that he knew of, whenever things like this happened, which was very rare, where ROTC did operations like this with the military, vampiric artifacts were stolen, typically. Very important and or ritualistic artifacts. Uh, Frank found out they're looking for his goo after asking the toilet to put together the pieces for him.
Oh,
They were
I
caught by the
yeah.
think
local guard and ran off.
I think we also uncovered that all of this is the key to bringing back a Ravnos patriarch and reestablishing that bloodline.
The
Uh,
entire clan, yeah.
Frank's jar may or may not be the last remaining bit of the head of the Ravnos clan, and the book may or may not have been written in the ink of a strong Ravnos clan member and or this individual.
oh, we also learned that the wife of Alexander Hamilton um, was um, uh, was embraced, and we did not find out her clan, did we?
We found out that the book had been written in her master's blood, so presumably
She's
she was
Ravnos.
also Ravnos. Yeah,
One can assume.
it's possible she wasn't, but it's probable she was. But we get back to our house, decide we need to skip town before the military locks it down
Mm-hmm.
and comes looking for us. And Kitty orders her minions to go get a box truck
Mm-hmm.
while we bed down for the night and get packed.
Cool. Yeah, so we pick up the next night, basically. We get the establishing shot over Paris, Texas as the sun descends. We get that like sped up time as the sun goes by with the Eiffel Tower and the red cowboy hat. And unlike usual, where we have like a short intro montage and something happening, I think this time the camera just kind of pans straight down to your guys' house as you are waking up for the evening, there is a brand new U-Haul truck sitting out in front of it. I got the big one, the like 26-footer. Unless you gave them instructions to get a different one.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, and as we zoom in, we see the four of you kind of waking up for the evening. Let's have a rouse check from everybody to see if you get hungrier.
Oh boy. Nice.
Sweet.
All right. So, doing pretty well as far as hunger goes, I think, for everybody. But yeah, what do you guys, what do we see as you guys are getting ready?
Z will roll out. He'll open up his closet that doesn't have a lot in it. And he'll, like, you know, stuff a few bits of clothing and a couple of other bits of, survival or road gear, flashlight, extra pack of blood, things like that. Like he's getting ready to bug out. But he's packing light. And then the last thing you'll see is he is pulling a baseball cap onto his head, except that instead of a team logo on it, it's got the Rage Against the Machine logo on it, and head out down to the downstairs to make some coffee.
Cool.
Frank wakes up, makes sure the jar is secure in the suitcase with his clothes, make sure the blood goo is secure in the ratty suitcase that he put it in, because all the floating goo is now in plastic bags. Or Ziploc bags. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
In a suitcase bag. I don't know if those two have moved closer to one another.
They certainly, like the Ziplocs are wrapped around the Smucker's jar.
Nice. But he'll take some time, look up at the moon, and just stare at it. And he'll spend 10 minutes doing that.
Okay.
Not the moon, the red star. I'm sorry.
Right.
The wormwood star.
Yep. And what are you using that for?
He's going to get the symbol of the eye on his torso again. He's going to power up Auspex for the night.
All right.
Kitty
Kitty?
has her suitcase with her extra sparkly boots and some outfits, and of course a guitar case. Although it's not Bonnie, and Kitty's definitely beginning to wonder if she's ever gonna see Bonnie again. Because now we gotta go.
All right. What's Charlie doing?
She's packed up a few books, and some clothes, a notepad, things like that, and she's gonna head downstairs and watch Z make his coffee.
All right. And do you have the news on while you're making your coffee?
No, I have a newspaper spread out on the
Okay.
counter. We still haven't replaced the TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, while the coffee's brewing, I'm going through the newspaper.
Okay. Yeah, the newspaper probably has a headline about a break-in at the local college. Well, probably not, because you did it overnight, and they probably finalized the headline before that. But it does talk about setting up some more. There are a few more roads out of town that have been closed off. They give you a list of roads headed out of town that the military has closed down for practice purposes, training exercises, and whatnot. It does seem like most of the major roads out of town are closed off at this point. which in itself is
How can
probably
they
pretty
even
odd.
do that?
Yeah. Good
That
question.
disturbs me. They're very well connected if they can do this.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys are able to kind of work through everything and get all your stuff packed up. Any calls? Anything you guys want to say to each other before you head out? Anything you guys want to do?
Oh, I don't want to make any calls, and I recommend we don't use any form of electronic communication because it may be being monitored. I mean,
Amen.
we don't know if they know anything about us, but we can't assume they don't.
I got
Fair
pager,
enough.
man. I can't. I only receive things. I can't send things.
All right. I think, Frank, you do get a page as you are uh, going about doing things. You get a message from Brahm that just says, you know, out of cookie dough, need to pick up, and gives you an address like usual.
That's gonna be real sad when those kids don't have cookie dough, man. That's bad.
You know, life is hard, and now I can think of many nights when I didn't have cookie dough, and yet here I am.
It doesn't taste the same, man. When you get a taste for blood, you know. I think it needs more iron in it. So we're skipping town. Where we head?
I don't know. Um, we could head towards Dallas. I mean, but that's where my parents live. I like to try to stay as far away from that man as possible. But on the other hand, Dallas is a huge ass fucking city, and it would be easy to, find a hole to crawl into there, I think.
Right.
We don't know if this is going to be temporary or permanent. I imagine we spend most of the first couple of hours mostly loading Miss Kitty's stuff into the truck.
Not taking that much.
Miss Kitty, can I get someone to sit? I'm a little hungry, man.
Of course.
All right. Sip someone. Does that lower my hunger to 1 if I sip one of her?
It lowers it by 2, I think, right?
I won.
By 1.
Oh, okay. All right. It's better. So I'll get a little sip as we're loading stuff up. Question. Could I have a novelty, like hanging toilet, like you would hang from the rear view mirror of a car? Could I have
Seems
found
like
that in my closet?
Yeah, that seems like something Frank would have.
Nice. I will definitely take that with me.
An on the go toilet.
Yep.
No,
It's a porta potty.
this is what I see is that he has a little candy dispenser that's like a toilet. When you lift the lid, it has little brown chocolate candies in it.
Little Tootsie Rolls.
Man, it's so tiny. I gotta hold it up my ear, man, like a phone. Like I have a when it talks to me, man. It still works though.
It's...
You ever been on a road trip with a van? I wonder if the van bottle would count.
No, man, I tried that once. It was a little gurgly. It didn't get through right.
A little gurgly.
Yeah, man. I gotta have proper flushage to get everything down.
It's gonna have the handle.
Yeah, little air pocket too, man. Because how else would they talk, man? You got air through the, you know, you know.
I'm still not entirely clear on just how it talks to you to begin with there, Frank. So
Please don't make him explain it.
Yeah, man, it's been getting weirder too. I've been seeing things, man. Normally, it just talks to me, but
I mean, I'm
you've
having
been
a hard time dealing with the fact that I've actually heard it happen, and uh-huh.
hold on.
yep.
You heard it?
I heard Frank talking to somebody, and I heard another voice. It may have been Frank doing another voice, but I don't know. I can't be certain.
Kitty just goes like blank.
Yeah, all you guys know is that anytime Frank goes to the bathroom, Zeke makes sure he goes nowhere near that part of the house. He'll go out and find something to do in the garage or something.
This just got so weird.
Because I think I heard it answer him once. I'm not sure that I did, but I think I did. And the possibility that it actually answered him scares the. It just it's a little bit more than I can handle.
That
It really freaks me out.
that's a new angle on things that I wasn't quite prepared for. All right then.
Anyway, man, so we're going to Dallas because I don't think the jar really cares, man. It seems like whatever's going on with those goo bags. Yeah.
It just wants the goo.
Oh man, you haven't seen it. It'll stop a whole car if it doesn't go somewhere, man. It's got crazy.
How?
It just stops, man.
But it's a jar.
I tried to drive past your man, and it just stopped the whole car. Couldn't move it.
Did the car like turn off or just like crash into a tree? What happened?
It just stopped, man. That's all I'm saying.
But stop can mean a lot of things.
Anyway, are we ready to go, man? How are we getting out of town?
In the U-Haul truck.
Mm-hmm.
Are we riding
Here,
in Miss
I'll
Kitty's
pull
truck
out
or
a
in the
map.
U-Haul truck?
I'll pull out a map and I'll start crossing off the roads that were on the list. These are the roads that they say are closed. Now, of the roads that are still open, which are close in proximity to the ones that are closed? Because those are likely the ones that they're going to try to bottleneck people through. And would try to pick one that's not near any closures.
Yeah, you can probably find. You can give me a roll. Let's see how well you do it. Map figuring.
Streetwise?
Because it's
No.
about literal streets. I like it.
It's more like
I
black
have a
market
bit of
stuff.
streetwise.
I know. Yeah, I'd give you like awareness and either intelligence or wits or
I'll take awareness wits.
I guess streetwise might work because it's urban survival too, like knowing which roads to go down and stuff.
So,
Yeah.
What difficulty?
3 moderate. That's good.
Ooh, sparkly.
Nice.
Yeah, I think with that you can plot out kind of where all the closed roads that they mention are and line yourself up so that you'd be not going completely in the wrong direction, but enough out of the way that it's far enough from any of the closed roads.
All right. Are we taking one vehicle or are we taking two?
Two.
Or more?
I have it set up so that we have drivers for the U-Haul and my pickup.
We'll leave my car here.
It seemed like a good idea to have something other than the U-Haul if we need to do stuff.
Yes, yes. All right. And um, who's going to be in what vehicle and where?
Well, I'm gonna ride in the truck. My truck.
With one of your companions
Yes.
driving? All right.
I'll ride in the back of the U-Haul. Gives me a chance to read.
Yeah. I'll drive the U-Haul.
Are you sure, man? Truck did a flip last time you drove something, man.
I have
True.
an
Do
extra.
you want to drive, Frank?
I
No,
have an
man.
extra driver. I arranged
All right.
for two.
Then, Frank, do you want to ride shotgun? Do you want to ride in the back of the U-Haul, or do you want to ride in a Miss Kitty's truck?
I think we in the truck, man.
It'd be
The
a
smaller
Miss-
one.
Okay. Then I'll ride shotgun with Miss Kitty's driver.
Yeah. Cool. Well, yeah, you guys can all get everything packed up that you need. Load into your respective cars. You can get the shot of you guys like pulling out of the driveway and heading on out through a series of back roads here and there. I think, Z, you're next to the driver in the U-Haul, and he's kind of sitting there. He's on his phone while he's driving, texting, reading, playing games. But
Hey, I'll just remind him that I'm going to live through the crash. He's not.
yeah,
And then I will say, I will make sure you don't live through the crash.
yeah, he just kind of nods at you, keeps going.
I'll let him do his thing. He was warned.
But as you guys head out, you pass by Main Street though, from a side street, kind of just crossing it. You can see a few military vehicles just parked in various spots, and probably a few people in fatigues just kind of heading up and down the main street. But you drive on past without any problems, and make your way towards the edge of town. And as you guys are kind of reaching the farmlands and just kind of the empty, barren wastes of western Texas, or northeastern Texas, I guess it is. You guys, who's in the lead? Is it the U-Haul and Kitty's truck behind, or Kitty's truck in front and the U-Haul behind?
I feel like the pickup's probably in front of the U-Haul.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Frank and Kitty, you guys are riding in the pickup. You guys are the first to notice one of the yellow flashing road signs that says road flooded. It probably has a little 1 mile ahead underneath it.
Is there like a detour sign?
Nope.
Just
No, man.
like a do not enter?
It just says road flooded 1 mile ahead.
Did it rain, man, yesterday?
It did not.
Oh, Frank wouldn't know. He was just asking.
That doesn't make any sense.
If we're driving the U-Haul, I'd like to probably be like about a half a mile behind, so that on a straight stretch of road we might see them, but other than that, you know,
That works. Yeah.
So I imagine we've talked before that my truck has the Bluetooth set up, right? So
we have cell phones, so you could
yeah,
just call me if you need to.
yeah. I would say we'll have my guy call the other guy and put it on speaker for them.
Okay. Yeah, they can do that.
Charlie won't be able to hear from the back of the U-Haul, but
Well, I'll conference call her in.
there you go. And I will relay the sign that we are seeing.
Um, hmm.
No
One of two
detour.
possibilities: either it's not an actual detour, or
It,
possibly a trap.
it doesn't say anything about a detour or where to go. It just says flooded.
Well, do you want to go ahead and scout ahead in the truck, and we'll stop when we get to the warning sign
All right,
and wait to see what you find.
fair enough. We'll we'll leave the line open. We didn't stop driving, so we're probably getting closer to it at this point.
Yeah, you've probably driven about the mile uh, that it would take. You haven't encountered any signs of flooding. The road doesn't even really dip right here. So, uh, no place for it to even actually flood in this area.
Oh man, do you think it cleared up? That's cool, man.
Frank, no,
Yep.
honey, I don't think that's what happened, dear. Um,
Then why'd they put up the signs, man?
do we see anything at all? Like, are there cars? Anything? Oh, the child is talking to him.
Sorry, what was that?
Is there anything at all? Other cars, barricades, anything?
You can give me a wits awareness, I think it would be.
Oh,
Kind of keep an eye out. We'll call it difficulty moderate, 3.
Note to self: buy a drone.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You can't actually succeed at that one. Did you roll wits end? Oh, yeah. Okay. So a bestial failure means you give in to a compulsion.
Mm. Oh no.
Let's take a look at. You're a Bruja, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So your clan compulsion is generally like, damn the man, fight the power.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you're super hungry.
Mm-mm.
Only one.
Yeah. So, I think you don't really notice until it's probably a little too late for you to have noticed. But just kind of far enough off the road and in the like red rock of the desert is a pretty well camouflaged little like station, like a temporary building of some sort that has like the mesh camo stuff over it, but it's all in the color of the red rock around it. And You can see a couple of people walking back and forth in it. But by the time you realize what it is, and Frank, you're there the whole time, aware of what's going on before she kind of snaps out of her bloodlust or power trip, whatever you want to call it.
Fuck them all!
Kitty has just grabbed the wheel of the truck and yanked it and is driving straight towards this small makeshift building
Oh man,
off of the road.
better hunker down, man. She's
Guys, what's going on? All I heard was a string of expletives come out of Kitty, and it hasn't stopped. What's going on?
I just hugged the suitcase with the jar and the blood against me.
Yeah. As I'm sure you hear the sounds over the phone of just smashing and collisions as the truck barrels through the edge of this barricade and the wall of the makeshift building, basically. And then you hear the shouts in the background. And then, Kitty, you are back in control of yourself.
All right. I'm going to turn towards the driver and tell him we better catch up now.
Well, that was exhilarating. We should take care of this. I think they were watching us.
Yeah, there are people shouting all around you now, Kitty.
Have you stopped the truck, or do we keep going?
I'm not in the driver's seat.
Yeah, the person in the driver's seat is waiting for your orders, though. Because you did just take control to steer out here.
Once we crashed through it.
Do you tell them to stop? Do you tell them to keep going? What do you tell them?
Is my truck okay? Is it still running fine?
Yeah, it's
Then
a
we're
makeshift
just gonna go
building. Your
back to the
truck is
road.
big.
It's fine. As long as nobody's shooting at me, I don't care.
Okay, so it does like a 360 and then another 180 on top of that. 540, I guess that is. And starts burning back through the makeshift building again. Just over some computers and everything that's piled up there. People shouting at you to stop. And you guys can probably even hear in the U-Haul behind a couple of gunshots go off as they fire at the truck. Those who have managed to kind of pick up their weapons. Nothing that actually hits or injures or disables the truck. And the revving of other engines as people get into their own cars.
What is
behind.
going on?
Well, there might have been someone maybe watching it. I don't rightly remember, but I smushed him. Something off to the side of the road. Frank, what did you see?
I think they shot at us, man. Are we gonna go or what?
We are going, man.
All right, man. He's still clutching the suitcase, like arms whiter.
I'll turn to the driver and say, whatever happens, whatever you see, stay on the road.
Yeah, you guys have probably caught up the half mile at this point because you guys were just going straight as they veered off. So you see Kitty's truck peel out of the dirt and onto the road doing as it hits the edge of the road and bounces around a little bit. And then almost immediately behind it, two lightweight like military cars, trucks, whatever they are, peel out and hit the road at the same time between you and Kitty's truck.
Oh boy. Let me get my car chase music on. How's Charlie doing in the back of the U-Haul hearing gunshots?
I'm, kind of getting bounced around and freaking out.
The truck is real pretty, and it's real tinted. It's not weaponed.
Guess better do something, man. I'm gonna grab Betsy,
All right.
and I guess I'll try and take some shots.
So
Got the trucks behind us, or the vehicles behind us.
these trucks are chasing Kitty's truck and not us.
Yeah, I mean, as far as they know, you're just a U-Haul that pulled up behind them, right? But they're chasing the truck that just slammed through their
You know,
buildings, for
well,
sure.
they crunched them. No big. Oops.
Man, Kitty, should I try and like pop their tires, man?
I mean, you should do something.
Okay, all right, man.
You're the gun expert.
All right, man. I'm just saying, are they shooting at us from the vehicles or just trying to catch up to us?
They're not shooting. They're just chasing. They're not like vehicles with mounted machine guns or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not tanks.
No.
Or APVs?
No.
I mean, they're not shooting at us though, man. Should I shoot back?
Somebody shot at us back there.
Yeah, but they're not shooting at us now, man.
Charlie,
What if
do you
they
want out of
shoot
the
at us
back of
when
the
we
truck?
stop?
Yes.
All right. I'll tell the driver to pull over.
Okay.
I'll get out and open up the back of the truck and let Charlie out. And then I'm gonna tell the driver, you know, you might want to get in the back. This could get dangerous.
The driver looks at you and says, I got Uber. Do you mind if I just go?
You don't work for me, bro. Do you?
Uber back from the middle of nowhere.
Come on, Charlie. Let's catch up, and I'll get in the U-Haul and you'll fire it up, and we'll start rolling.
No,
Yeah,
He's
boy.
gonna lose another guitar.
After I grind the gears a couple of times to try to find the right one because I don't know how to drive.
They're all automatic now. It's fine.
Please
Stall
don't. Please don't flip the U-Haul. Please.
I'm gonna lose another guitar at Z's hands.
It's going to be like the Joker in Dark Knight where he just end over end flips.
Thump. Thump. Thump.
Oh, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just getting back on the road and getting back up to the speed limit. Charlie, are you any good at driving either?
I've done some driving.
Do you have any skill at it?
Probably not.
Okay.
No, matter of fact, I know I don't.
I don't think any of you took drive.
No, but I have dexterity, so I have some at least basic skill level with it.
Man, we should have spent some of that XP we had.
I have people for that.
I did spend some of the XP I had. I got another point of potence.
I mean, I didn't take drive because, we just walked around a small town.
I have people that do that. What do I need drive for?
So, Kitty, your truck is big for sure.
Uh-huh.
Top speed, probably not great.
Nope.
They're little military vehicles. Top speed, much higher than yours.
Yep.
So they're definitely catching up with you guys. One kind of on either side of the truck. The passenger on your left side and the driver on your right side are both telling you to stop and slow down. Like making big motions through the windows and yelling even though you can't hear through the glass or the wind noise.
Frank?
What are you guys doing?
Trying to pop some tires. I'll pull out the Betsy.
Okay. What is Betsy?
M1 Garand, Marine style.
Oh, okay. So you're just pulling a full-on rifle out.
30-06, yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure that'll go well.
No one told me to
If
stop.
there's anything I know about the
know.
military, when you pull guns on them, they just love it.
Just as well as me crashing through their little watch post. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's have you make there's a firearms skill, right? Something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, dexterity firearms, I think it is.
And I have specialty in sniping. Would that come into play here? Or no?
I feel like sniping is if you're sitting at in a stationary, right?
Yeah.
And it not being driven around in a truck.
Or
And it's not even a main road, so it's not like it's nice smooth asphalt. You guys are bouncing around. So I'm going to give you a challenging firearms dexterity test.
I guess I'll search that.
Okay.
Why not?
Make your rouse check.
Rose shirt. Ooh, okay. I get a little hungry. That is firearms dexterity.
Yes. Ooh, 3. You can spend a willpower to reroll those 2 black that are fails.
I will do so.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice. Just enough. Cool. So yeah, I assume you're in the back probably, huh?
Yeah.
So are you doing the one driver's side or passenger side of your truck?
Let's do driver's side.
Okay. Yeah, so you the tire just explodes, the truck swerves, almost hits Kitty's truck, and then swerves back, hits the embankment, and kind of bounces around in the dirt for a little bit before it comes to a stop. But
Nice.
you guys in the other truck are moving along just fine. Anything you guys want to do in the U-Haul behind them when you see that happen?
Well, I think we stopped for a moment to let Charlie out. So, were we still close enough to actually see that happen?
You guys probably are just close enough. It's a nice straight stretch of road. So you can see the flash from the muzzle, and then you can see the dust trail as one of the cars flies off the road, basically, and into the dirt.
Should probably go help.
Yeah, when we see this, we're going to pull up alongside the road where the car went off and put on the hazard lights and go put on my best Wally Cleaver. Golly gee, are you people all right? What's going on here?
All right.
And go check these people out.
All right. Yeah, you pull the U-Haul over, and you can see this vehicle has 3 people getting out of it, all yelling at each other. Let's see.
Hey y'all, is y'all all right? Did that fella shoot at you? Yeah, I called the police, but I ain't got no cell service out here. Are y'all right?
Let's have you make a you can do charisma, manipulation, and subterfuge, I think.
Can you add 2 and then I'll do manipulation subterfuge.
Okay. I'm gonna make it difficulty 4, challenging.
Woo.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah.
I'm trying to look concerned.
Yeah, the 3 of them, when you first start talking, all whip around, but then the one that looks to be in charge kind of tells the other 2 to stand down and starts walking up towards you. He takes off he has a ball cap on. Says, hey, no, we're fine. Just a little bit of a blowout. It happens. Please don't worry about it. We got a spare in the back right there. We'll be fine.
All right. Well, y'all be careful and have a good night. There's some strange stuff going on out here.
Your concern is appreciated. And best of luck on your move.
Thank you. Me and my wife, we's going to Dallas. I got me a big time job at a garage down there. You know, and I'm good with them automatic transmissions. You know, the power flow and all that.
He gets this look on his face like, oh God, this guy's going to tell me his life story. And he says, oh, that's great to hear, man. Well, I don't want to keep you guys here. You just continue on your way. I'm sure we'll be fine.
I'll turn around and on the way back to the truck, I'll wave at the truck and yell, They're all right, honey.
I gotta try to keep from laughing and I'll wave back.
Yeah.
Now, when I got close enough to see them, are they actual military?
Good
Or are
question.
they close enough to be actual military? I just wanted to get close enough to see them and maybe get a quick look at their vehicle.
Yeah. Give me a. This feels like an awareness type of thing. Or politics, whichever one you want. And wits or intelligence, however you want to go about it. I meant to change the difficulty to 3, so you actually
Yes.
passed that.
Man, these dice are sparkly.
Yeah.
Sparkly.
I know. It's so fun.
They have all of the aesthetics of the military for sure. And just from a brief interaction, they seem to have a command chain in place. And at first, you're like, "Yeah, this is military. They have all the hallmarks of military." I think the thing that you notice is that, like, the car is too nice. I think probably just something small like that, like.
If it's got anything shiny on the outside of it, it's not a military vehicle.
Right. Yeah, like you catch just the little hint of like a chromed door handle or something, and like their boots are just a little too nice. And all their clothing is just really well put together. So it's definitely military-esque, but a little too nice to be the military.
Like everybody's wearing their dress uniforms with the polished boots, and because we did that in the military. We always had one uniform that you went down and had altered so that it fit really good, which you weren't allowed to do, but we did anyway.
Yeah, it would be like seeing all of them wearing like a dress uniform.
The inspection uniform, yes.
Yeah.
As I get back on the road, I'll let Charlie know. It's like, I don't know who those guys are, but that is not the United States Army.
Who do you think they are?
What was the name? First Light? Was that the name?
Yeah.
You think it's those guys?
I do, yes. Which is why I wanted to be obvious, because now they don't suspect us. So let's get out of here before they decide to start looking into us.
Sounds good to me. Let's go.
Meanwhile, Kitty, Frank, y'all are still driving next to another one of these things. Their back window has rolled down and is now shooting at your tires.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Frank, do it
I'm
again.
going, man. I got reload, man.
Kitty, I'll let you roll for your driver to see how
no.
good he is, I guess.
Oh no.
Could she blood search for the driver?
Not unless she takes over.
This isn't good.
I'll say your driver probably has a drive of 1. He drives, but he's not like an off-roader or anything. And I'll give him a dexterity of 2, let's say. So, it's a moderate difficulty, which means 3 difficulty. You get 3 dice to try and make it. Unless you want to do something else to react, like take over or take some action that helps.
I can't help. If I take over, it goes down.
You get the blood surge and willpower reroll,
you can
though.
blood surge. Yep. He can't.
Even on a blood surge, I only match this dice pool.
No, you'd get dexterity and drive, which is 3. Blood surge would give you up to 5.
I don't have any drive.
It's
Right.
dexterity, though.
Dexterity
which
is 3.
2.
Oh yeah, yours is only 2.
Mm.
So we go up to 4 instead of 3.
No, we're gonna let him roll it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just roll me 3d10 then. Oof. 0 successes. All right. So I think their back window rolls down, and we just see like a pistol pop out and start shooting at your tires. Your driver swerves sideways to try and avoid it, naturally. But kind of clips the edge of the road where there's just enough of a dip that it sends you guys all to one side of the car before he overcorrects back, slams into their car, and then overcorrects in the other direction and sends your car tumbling off the side of the road.
The paint!
Yeah. And we get the like slow motion shot of you guys as the gravity changes, like your hair falling down and then up, and then
Kitty's
that
hair
quick
doesn't
speed
move.
up.
Who you kidding? All that hairspray.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody else's hair kind of flows with gravity, and then Kitty's just stays perfectly in place. And then we get that quick speed up as the truck comes to a scraping halt on its side, off the road just a little bit. The U-Haul's still a little ways back because they had that interaction. So
Now you done did it, and Kitty starts crawling out.
Oh man. Is Betsy okay? Is the suitcase okay?
Betsy's fine. Suitcase is fine.
Okay.
Like
I'll
looks
grab them
over
both
her
and start
shoulder
crawling out too.
to check and see if her driver's still alive, and then climbs out.
All right. Yeah, the driver, I mean, cars nowadays, they got the airbags everywhere. He's fine.
Okay.
He's unconscious, but he's breathing.
He's fine.
It's just a little concussion, probably.
Kitty's about to come unglued on some motherfuckers.
Yeah, as you guys climb out, the other car pulls up, sending up a spray of dust and kind of clouding the entire area around you guys. And you can see just the silhouettes behind flashlights as 4 flashlights step out of the vehicle and start sweeping the area. What are you guys doing?
Well, hide between. Have the truck between us and them. Is where Frank is going after he crawls out.
Okay.
So at the back or the top of the car? I'm not quite sure. Of the truck.
Yeah, you'd be at the top of the truck. I think the bottom is facing towards them.
Oh man, what do we do, man?
This. Kitty is going to stomp up to the closest one and punch them in the face. With
Okay.
my lethal body, that means I do aggravated health damage, not superficial with unarmed attacks.
Okay. A punch is strength and brawl.
Uh-huh.
So go ahead and make your strength and brawl roll.
Are you shitting me? Difficulty 3 still?
It doesn't have a difficulty.
Okay.
It just does damage based on.
You can willpower for 3 rerolls.
You can't.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Cause
Okay, 1 more. So that's 3 aggravated damage. That's pretty solid. Yeah, like you just walk up, wham, punch this dude, and we see him fly back into his own car and like into the front windshield. We get the shatter of safety glass, and he just droops there, sitting there. Meanwhile, the other 3 flashlights all turn towards the noise and towards you, Kitty, and one of them says, "Stop where you are. Get down."
next.
And 3 of them will fire at you.
Boy.
Give me dexterity athletics. And again, you can blood surge if you want 2 extra dice. All right. So after you yell at them, a couple of rounds fire off, and you feel a couple of them hit you. You're going to take 4 superficial damage, which is halved as you take it. So you'll take 2 superficial damage as the bullets fly towards you. Frank, you can hear probably about 15 shots go off. Probably about 12 of them hit the car, and the other 3 hit Kitty.
Oh man.
But
Were we still on Bluetooth when they wrecked the truck?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lots
you're
of screaming.
You're probably
Lots of
still
screaming.
on the driver's phone. So
Ooh,
yeah,
boy.
we cut back to the U-Haul for a second. You can just like hear in the background the little pops of gunfire and the kitty screaming something, but it's unintelligible.
A body smashing into a car.
So
I
did
think it's
they
the first
explode?
time I've used my potence.
And at this point, the U-Haul's probably just pulling up. You can see the streaks of dirt and dust as the 2 cars are off the side. You can see the headlights of the one that's still working, and you can see the silhouette of Kitty's truck on its side, off to the side of the road. And you can see even the flashes of light as guns go off. What are you guys doing in the U-Haul?
Well, Charlie, do we stop here and kind of approach stealthily, or do we get crazy? As I say, let's get crazy. I'm gonna keep heading towards them. Are they all off the road now?
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the cones of 3 flashlights standing next to the car that's on.
But the
And
car's
probably
right
the
at
cone
the
of
side
1
of the
flashlight
road.
off to the side. Say what?
So the other car is right at the side of the road.
They're, I'm going to say like 30 feet off the road, probably. I think Kitty's truck did like a 60-foot roll and slide, and they drove up most of the way.
All
It was
right.
going pretty fast.
But we actually see the gunshots.
Yeah,
We
you can see the light from it
gunfire.
and hear it for sure.
All right, I'm gonna bring the U-Haul to a stop, basically parallel to where their car is, but right at the side of the road. And then start heading in that direction. I'm not even gonna turn the U-Haul off. I'm just gonna stop
Just
it,
jump out.
put it in park, and start moving that way.
All right.
I can cover. They're only 30 feet off. They're only 30 feet off the road anyway. So
Yeah.
what I want to do is I just want to get up to behind their car.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. No problem.
I really don't think they're going to kill Kitty with guns.
Yeah.
Can Frank see if they're shooting at her from like the open, or are they in cover?
They're and Frank does he like hazard a look over the car? Yeah. So Frank gets a quick look. They have their car doors open and are firing through the windows, which seem to be rolled down.
Okay.
So yeah, they have the doors of their cars covered for whatever that's worth.
Okay. I'll aim Betsy at their engine and try and disable that and get them to, stop firing from it so freely.
Okay. Yeah, you can give me a moderate dexterity firearms. Willpower to reroll the 1 if you want.
Yeah, let's roll the die. Nope.
Oh no.
All right, so you fire it and it hits, but it just doesn't hit. Like to get through the hood and the engine, especially in a slightly armored. Like this isn't a heavily armored car, but it's definitely thicker than just the
Unusually
flimsy-
armored? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So like you make a hole, but it doesn't disable anything.
Okay.
If you're lucky, maybe it hit like a hose that'll eventually disable the vehicle, but nothing immediate. What's Charlie doing during this?
Well, what? We had just gotten out of the truck, did we? And
Yeah, Z just got out and he's headed up towards right behind them.
yeah, and I'll follow him. He said, "Let's get crazy." So I was like, I don't really want to do this, but I'll do this.
All right. So let's have the two of you make. I'm gonna make them straightforward, but like stealth and dexterity checks, because they are distracted. But we'll see if they notice you.
I want the sparkly stuff.
All right, no
Fantasy
problem.
Ground store, I
Nice.
think it's like $5.
Yeah.
Ooh, $5, no holla. All right.
Do they have more
Cool.
effects?
They have a
They have a whole
variety of.
bunch.
They have a whole bunch and different die color sets. Yeah.
Yep. You can actually look at them if you go to your dice in the top right. It'll pop up the list of all of them.
Oh, nice.
And they added some new sets that I don't have even.
Yep.
But I figured, why not? I can.
But yeah, the two of you managed to walk up behind them quickly, quietly enough that they aren't going to notice you, especially amidst their own gunfire. They're probably not wearing ear protection, so they're just deaf now.
That's guaranteed that they're not military then, because military carry with them at all times.
Right.
Well,
Cool. So what are you guys doing as you get up right behind them?
They're firing off into the dark. We can see 'em.
They have it all lit up with their flashlights. You can see Kitty in front of her sideways truck, and you can probably see Frank's head pop up every once in a while behind the truck.
Kitty's in like the Incredible Hulk stance. She's mad.
the ping of the Garand.
Yeah.
Not one to typically do fighting. I'll just kind of, give a wave and work on whoever is the closest to me. Go and hit him.
As I said, I was just gonna walk up behind the car and say, "Gee Willikers, what's going on here? Who you shooting at?"
All right. That'll definitely get their attention.
Yeah.
I think,
That'll be
Yeah, basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to startle them. I want to
Yeah.
rattle them. They weren't expecting somebody to be right there and certainly not be hollering at them and shit.
yeah. Cool. I think two of them will turn towards you guys. One of them will still face towards Kitty. But yeah, the two that turns to you, one of them says, "Back up, move back to your vehicle. You don't need to be here. Nothing happening."
Nothing happening. I mean, y'all shooting at. Is that Miss Kitty, the country singer? Miss Kitty, I'm your biggest fan. Y'all shooting at Miss Kitty.
We get the leader, like, gestures with his gun towards you and says, "Please back up, move away."
Fella rolled up the.
Now
I
there's a
just
smart
making sure-
man.
Oh, I'm backing up. I'm trying to get all their eyes on me.
Yeah. Kitty, are you doing anything?
She's yelling, "That man's smart. I do sing. Well, what do you know? I do have a fan."
Yeah. I think you can give me a performance and manipulation, something like that.
What difficulty do you want?
Moderate, and the two of you can do it, and then we'll see how well overall.
I'm not a good
Perfect.
performer, but I'm a master manipulator.
God bless.
Oof.
You guys just bless me with the best things sometimes.
The best
dice
toys to
are
play
not my friends tonight.
with. Oof. No, they
How
are
did
not.
you go both manage a bestial failure?
And we're both brutal.
Yeah, we're about to go through some motherfuckers right now.
Yeah, I think there's a moment where the two of you kind of just stare at the men in front of you and probably catch each other's eye for a second. And then we
You
just
thinking
get
what
that.
I'm thinking?
Fuck this shit.
Well,
Yeah.
if y'all excuse me, I'm gonna step back.
And then we just get the flashes of, like, as a gun goes off, there's a flash of like white teeth, and then another one goes off, and there's a fist that just, we get the slow mo of somebody's face being punched, and it's just this back and forth of slow mo between Kitty, Z, and these three men, and then we cut to the end, and there's one man running. The like flashlight on his gun just waving as he runs.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
But the other three men are lying around, eviscerated and bloody, and certainly not long for this world.
Frank, you got
Yeah.
that one?
Yeah, man. Sure, man. Frank is terrified at this point. He's gonna try and snipe the other one just in the leg,
All
Frank
right.
is like, what's
Yeah.
wrong
Just
with my
enough.
friends?
just enough to slow him down.
All right. Give me dexterity and sniping, I guess,
All right.
since you are now at a rest position.
What
Still have-
challenge?
Difficulty 3.
Okay.
Moderate.
Military
We
variant
have
has a
these
scope
other
on it.
three gentlemen here. I'm going to grab me a snack.
Oh, I didn't do.
Alrighty.
I didn't do the extra die for my specialty.
Oh, go ahead and roll one more.
Weird.
All right. I can now offer you success at a cost. Or you
I'll spend
can-
a willpower. Reroll it. That's okay.
You have no black dice to reroll. Oh,
That one should
I
be a
guess
black
that
dice.
one. Yeah, that one
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah. Nice.
Nice. All right. So yeah, just as he's running, we get the shot of his right knee just scatters outward, and he goes down in just a scream of pain.
Mm.
And so the entire next scene has just a guy screaming in the background the entire time about his leg and how much it hurts.
Just lay there going, you fucking shot me! Or,
But yeah, what does the group do after things have been subdued?
you still
Get in the
hungry,
back of
Frank?
the U-Haul.
Can I take off a point of hunger from these guys?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Okay, cool. I take it the three that we unhinged on are no more.
No, especially after you drank out of one, he's gone. I think, yeah, he was the only one left, and then you just finished him off.
Ugh.
My dog is trying to jump in my lap and she just missed really badly.
So actually, do you guys want to take a short break there?
Sure.
That seems like a good chaotic section to take a break on.
As we pile back up in the U-Haul and
Or you
drive
guys
off.
just leaving Kitty's truck behind?
Yeah.
Only until
No,
we
I
can
will
get-
go over there. I've got 2 points of strength. I can probably flip it
You
back.
got
upright.
2, I've got 4. Between us, we can get it up.
Yeah, Kitty is way more dangerous physically than I am. I'm more the stealth, speedy kind of celerity. She's the
Yeah.
just rip a hole in you.
Cool. So yeah, we like get the shot of Z and Kitty rocking the truck back and forth a little bit until as the wheels come down and we cut to black and go to break. And we will be back in a bit with
We're back.
Hello, hello.
So, as we fade back in, Kitty, your truck is probably functional, but rough. It might make it to Dallas. You can find out.
I'm in.
Pulling to
Frank
the
is in the
left.
U-Haul.
You know, I think Frank's the only one that's been in both trucks that flipped at this point.
Oh boy, I'm a bad luck charm. Oh no.
And you blame
You're-
Z.
You're a bad truck charm.
Yep.
But your driver is unconscious still. So somebody else will have to take over driving that if you want to keep it with you.
Yeah.
I'll drive the U-Haul. Let's let the other driver out of the back of the U-Haul, and you can drive your truck.
I think he Ubered home. You guys
Oh,
Yeah,
left
he
him.
did. He
Yeah.
did.
He's probably still waiting for the Uber, but he's back ways.
Uber's like, the road's flooded. I can't get to you.
Yeah. And I think as things settle down, Z and Kitty, you both realize that during that whole interaction, you did get injured. You each take another superficial point of health damage from your.
That's
combat.
the. Okay, I see. There we go. The black
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah, black plus.
Yep.
Does Frank take anything from the rolling?
No.
Okay.
No, you guys made it through the rolling fine.
Hmm.
Although you guys didn't have your seatbelts on, so you probably should have. You can give yourself one superficial health wound.
I was trying to get Betsy out and aim her, so
Yeah.
might have been a little bit more vulnerable.
Yeah. But yeah, so who's going in which car?
Back of the U-Haul with Charlie if she gets back there. I don't know.
Sure. I can't imagine that there's going to be any more action like that happening.
Alright. And we drive.
All right. So is it just Kitty in Kitty's truck?
Mm-hmm.
And the unconscious person.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I'll go on the truck because I mean, it's more comfy.
All right. It probably was. Right now, you probably got a ceiling like just above your head where it's all caved in, and
Truck pulls to the left.
yeah, she's driving in
When
the
it rolls
steering wheel
down the
is
road,
like-
it's going like this. It's not
Yeah.
pointed
The
straight.
door makes a concerning crunching noise as you close it.
Yep.
No, me and Kitty are a team now.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Kitty is
Who's
very upset. This is almost as bad as Bonnie, okay?
are you guys? Is the truck going back to leading the way, or what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I think we should go back to the same thing we were doing.
Okay. It did work out so well.
So, so now can you explain to me why you ran over that shack? Miss Kitty?
Cause it seemed like a good idea at the time, I guess. It was there. I wasn't driving.
Okay. Well, so I don't know who those people were, but do you think they were watching the road? I mean, it's going to be hard to tell now. And I'm not going to go
I
back
think
to
they
find
were
out.
watching the road. Have you seen any sign of a flood since we saw that sign that said there was a flood?
Well, before you smushed that hut, did you know if they had a radio antenna on it?
What's that look like?
big metal thing points straight up.
Oh.
Okay, so we don't know whether or not they have told anybody that they encountered you. So really what we need to do is ditch your truck. And in fact, I'm willing to bet at this point the U-Haul is on the radar.
What did you just say, sir?
Ditch your truck. They know what it looks like. They saw it run them over. They will be looking for it, especially now that you rolled it. That makes it real distinct. Ditch the truck. We can get you another one.
I think it's for the best.
Boop. The phone disconnects.
You know, he makes sense.
Zeke will reach for the thermos on the passenger seat of the truck and, open it up and, tip it up and realize that there's nothing left in it and just kind of just drop it back on the seat and sigh. All right.
Yeah, you guys can make your way.
Frank, I'm going to need you to ride up front.
What, man? You sure?
I'm going to need you to, watch the sky, man. Something tells me we're not out of this yet.
All right, man. I'm a little hungry and a little tired, man, but okay. I'll do my best.
What happened to Frank's tiny potty?
I think it flew out the truck. This may or may
Probably.
not be true.
Probably. It's certainly not hanging where it was.
And Frank rolled to keep his little tiny toilet.
Yeah. What do you think? 30% chance it stayed? So roll a d10 on a 8, 9, or 10.
I believe in you, Frank.
Okay. No.
Oh, 7!
Oh. All right.
Flew out and got smushed.
Probably
toilet,
under
man.
my trunk.
Rest in peace, little toilet.
Pieces.
Frank's a little sadder as they drive away.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Later, they come across the bodies, and there in the dust at the feet of one of the mango bodies is a little toilet.
Yep.
With
Yeah,
one
I'm
last
sure as
Tootsie Roll.
as you guys drive away, the truck going kind of sideways and the U-Haul after it, the camera pans down to like the 3 dead bodies, and just in between them, sitting upright, is the little toilet.
Is that our calling card now?
Yeah.
Shiny toilets.
Little toilet.
We just have to leave little open Tootsie Rolls everywhere we go now.
But yeah, you guys can continue on down the road. It's a while before this road is kind of like a back road that doesn't really go anywhere. In order to actually get to Dallas, you probably need to hit the interstate at some point. And just hope that it's kind of after whatever is going on in the town. So
We'll take our chances.
Yeah, it's probably about an hour of driving later that you guys have to kind of take a turn to get on the interstate. And you can hit the on-ramp, and you guys can see as you take the on-ramp that behind you are tons of like flashing lights, mostly yellow, and there's a searchlight on a helicopter,
Uh-oh.
which you could probably see before you got on the interstate. But they all seem to be, at least generally, behind you at this point.
Like towards Paris?
Yes.
Can vampires naturally see in the dark?
I don't know. I don't know if there's I think there's an ability to see extra stuff.
There's a Auspex ability that adds Auspex to awareness, but
Yeah. I don't really know.
I'll see what I can find. Continue.
dark.
All right. But yeah, the you guys can head out. Do you have a destination in mind in Dallas, or somewhere that you were planning to try and go?
Well, Dallas is probably where I grew up before I moved to Paris to go to college. Um, I probably don't know anybody I could go to, but I might know a part of town where, you know, a parked U-Haul truck might not arouse too much suspicion.
Okay.
Truck park?
Walmart parking lot is always good for that,
Or a truck stop.
or a truck
Mhm.
stop. Yep.
I'm thinking of
That's what I
truck
meant.
stop. But
Yeah, you guys can.
yeah, truck park where the people just set up for the night and park.
Yeah,
Jeez,
you guys can.
that's-
There's probably like a Love's gas station and a truck stop for you guys to stop at.
because it's gonna have, showers, etc. But
Yep.
how messy are we after brouhahing those guys?
The two of you are covered. You probably don't want to be seen.
About what time do we hit the truck stop?
It's probably, we'll say it's getting on about midnight.
All right.
On the other hand, it's a truck stop. They've probably seen worse.
Well, I'm thinking there's probably a wash rack somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's pull up there.
Are we hosing y'all down?
I'm gonna take the extra foamy brush option. Yep, you're hosing me down.
All right.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's the Pulp
I'm
Fiction
not
scene
taking the
with
clothes
hose.
off. I'm not taking the clothes off, but I figure I can probably stand the hot eye pressure a little better than a normal human.
Yeah.
And it'll get me at least mostly gore free.
Yep.
Then I'll ask Miss Kitty if she'd like to like a turn. Somehow Miss Kitty managed to not get anything on her the whole time.
Can we?
It's all over like her face and clothes, but her hair is still perfect somehow.
Of course. Just push that button there, and I'll just wipe down myself. Just hold it on for me.
I guess I'll hold towels in the way so nobody can really see what's happening.
Yeah.
You may not got it.
All right.
Once that's all done, I'll go inside because I'm sure they have tarps for sale, right? Because
Sure. Yeah.
I will get a tarp to cover the pickup.
Okay. Yeah, you slosh in. Like your shoes are all wet now, of course. You're just sloshing through.
They're boots, they're fine. But
Yeah.
I can park the pickup in front of or behind the U-Haul, whichever is faced away from the road, and put the tarp over the pickup so that it's not immediately visible to anyone driving past.
All right. Yeah, you can head in. You get a strange look from the guy at the counter as you put the tarp on there.
I had a water leak. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm gonna take care of it. We gotta. I ain't got time for this.
Before you
He's
put the
just
tarp
ringing
on,
you up. He's like, "Oh, okay." I don't think I said nothing, but here
I
you go.
saw that look on your face, young man.
I didn't realize it was hurricane season, is all.
Mm.
He gives you a smile.
She does not return it.
That's a joke, ma'am. We don't
So is your
we don't get hurricanes
face,
in
young man.
Texas.
I
No,
was born and
that's not very
raised
nice.
in Texas. Have a good night. And she'll walk out.
Yeah, you can get out the door. Door does a little ding-a-ling-ling as you go out. So what exactly are you using this tarp for on the truck?
To cover as much of it as I can, like over the top of the truck, just so that, like, if they're driving around looking for the truck or if they're flying drones over the truck, like Z is worried about, it's not immediately visible.
Okay. Sounds good.
are we just sleeping in the back of the U-Haul, and there's nobody going to be watching us, man?
Well, the gentleman that I brought for that, one has apparently left us, and the other one is, well, also asleep at the moment. We might want to get him somewhere.
Maybe get him some medical attention.
Yes.
We're taking the U-Haul for that, man?
Maybe we should think about acquiring another vehicle.
How's that, man?
At some point, I'm going to pull Charlie aside and say, Charlie, can you talk to Miss Kitty and tell her she really needs to lose that truck? I mean, it's too identifiable now. The fact that they can trace its license plate back to her specifically, at least maybe not. I don't know who it's actually licensed to.
I'll try.
They already have my name. You gave it to them.
Those guys are all dead.
That's fair.
That is correct.
Except the one that's screaming on the ground with his knee blown out.
Yeah.
Who, to be fair, probably called for help. So he's probably alive.
But who's going to believe that famous rock star, country
Yeah.
rock star, Katie, was actually there on the side of the road and just punched a dude into a truck? Come on. That's stretching it a little bit, you know?
I don't know. Depends on if it's an organization that's used to dealing with vampires, isn't it?
Yeah,
Fair.
it's interesting that, well, maybe they didn't have vampire ammunition noted.
No, they did not. That would have hurt much more.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we doing, man? How long before it's morning, actually?
It's midnight, so you got 6 hours.
Are we going to the hospital, man?
We should definitely get this young man at least looked over. I don't know what the best way to do that is. But I feel like the sooner the better. Suggestions?
People at the gun range normally go to like the urgent care, man. I thought that was a
Drop
little
'em?
weird. If they
Drop
get
'em there?
shot, I mean, go to the hospital. But no, man, they just go to the urgent care.
I don't know if that's open in the middle of the night there, Frank.
This is 24/7 urgent cares, man.
How
I've
do,
taken people there, man.
how do we find one of those?
You got a phone, right, man?
No.
I have 3 points of criminal contacts. Do I know an underground dock in Dallas?
Let's.
Do I know somebody that I can go to get medical treatment that'll keep it on the DL and out of the medical records?
Why don't you? Let's have you roll your criminal contacts. Let's do
8.
And I have Streetwise. To have
I
that
have
too.
Streetwise as well.
Okay, let's have you roll like oh man. I think that would be charisma, maybe?
Charisma criminal contact?
I think so. And Charlie, you can roll like charisma and streetwise if you want. And you can see who comes up better.
Woo!
Oh, dang.
Dang. Nice roll.
Dang.
All right. So yeah. Zeke, you definitely know somebody who's kind of an under the table doctor in the area. With a 4, you probably know a pretty good one, actually.
Cool. We'll call her up.
All right. What's her name?
Her name is Darla, and she's runs she calls it a fertility clinic, but she also does abortions, which I'm thinking, I don't know if they are illegal in Texas right now or not, but they're on the verge of being. So she provides certain medical care to people that the state of Texas probably wouldn't approve of, including things like transition, you know medical stuff, abortion and prenatal stuff, and the occasional stitched up knife wound or whatever.
All righty. How did Z meet Dr. Darla?
Back in his younger punky days, he managed to get himself stabbed, and he wasn't so much worried about the authorities finding out as his dad finding out, because just the tongue lashing and emotional abuse that would come with it was just not worth it. So a buddy of his, a fellow hooligan, took him to Dr. Darla.
Sweet.
And so she's treated me once. We're not really friends. She's just somebody I know.
All right. Yeah, you can give her a call and probably get a pretty sleepy response. But he answers the phone, says, hello?
Dr. Darla, this is Zach. I believe I was treated at your clinic a few years ago. I don't know. I apologize for disturbing you in the middle of the night, but I don't know if you still do side work in the medical attention department.
Zach. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is this your cell phone?
Yeah, it would be.
I'll text you an address. Just meet me there.
Okay, thank you.
And probably 5 minutes later, you get a text with an address that's probably a 20-minute drive away, but not bad at all.
Tell Miss Kitty, take cash. She doesn't take credit.
Yeah.
Kitty usually carries a little of both, so we're good.
Yeah, as you go up to Kitty to talk to her, she's just probably finishing up on her truck that the tarp doesn't look great. It doesn't cover up a lot. It's hard to cover up like that the whole entire hood is probably a foot lower than it should be. And the front end is kind of has an unnatural wave to it now. And the whole thing drives at a diagonal.
Are we sure that we don't want to? We want to be a little more, little less, obvious with this vehicle, Miss Kitty.
Um, so both of these vehicles are on me. That one's got my credit card on it, and she points to the U-Haul. And that one is, well, mine.
We could put it in the shop and get it fixed.
That would
And get another one to drive around in while it's getting fixed.
the shop would be my plan. Yes, once we find somewhere to put this gentleman to get him taken care of.
You can always call your people to pick it up when it's done, man.
We're going to get him some medical attention, but I don't think he's going to be able to stay at Doc Darla's clinic. Anyways, we got to get. She's going to be there in 20 minutes, and I doubt she's going to wait around for more than 15 before she bails.
All right, well,
And then blocks my number.
Well, let's go. I guess take this back off. Starts taking the tarp back
We'll
down.
drive to U-Haul.
We can't just leave this here.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's the address. You drive to U-Haul. I'll stay here with the truck.
The truck you just told me to get rid of?
Well, if you don't want to get rid of it, well, then we won't get rid of it.
And the truck that the unconscious gentleman is currently laying in, do you think we should really move him? Perhaps
Very well.
we can leave the truck in the clinic for now. Let's just get him to the clinic. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
All right. Yeah, you guys pull out. We get the like transition shot of the truck driving diagonally down the street in a straight line.
Kitty has AAA. She'll call it once we find somewhere to sit for a while.
And it's like 20-25 minutes before you guys start getting to the address that Dr. Darla sent you. And it's kind of off the... So you get off the highway and you drive for like 15 minutes down this tiny road. And then take a few turns onto some dirt roads. And then you end up at a house, basically, that's kind of in the middle of nowhere. And as you pull up, there's a single porch light sitting on this house and a rocking chair sitting in the front with an older man sitting on the porch. He has a shotgun laid across his lap.
All right. Y'all best you wait here. And I'll get out of the truck and I will do my best to gingerly help this gentleman. He's still completely unconscious, isn't
Yeah, he's out.
You don't think it's best to have the doc come get him?
Well, let me go and talk to the gentleman first. Just wait here, and I'll walk up to the house where the gentleman is, and I'll stop and I'll nod and I'll say, "Good evening or morning, as it were. Um, I was told to meet Doc Darla here."
He looks up at you, squints, picks up a pipe from the chair next to him and puffs on it for a second. He says, "Doctor is Ian." Kind of just shifts his head towards the door.
All right, let me fetch my companion who needs the help. Um,
How
can one
many
of
friends you got?
you? I've got a few, but let's stay in the truck if that makes you more comfortable.
Nah, doesn't. Bring him in.
I'll turn to the truck and I'll wave. All of you, come on.
All right.
All right. So somebody help me with him. I think it's best if two of us.
I'll help.
Yep. Yeah, the group of you can bring him in.
Frank left
And-
Betsy in the car, but does have the briefcase.
Okay. Yeah, the older man gets up off of the chair. Shotgun's still in hand. It's a nice double-barreled shotgun, but he kind of uses it as a walking stick as he moves along. Opens the door for you, pulls out a key and unlocks it and opens the door. Says, "All right." Looks at each of you in turn. Says, "Don't do nothing stupid, Z."
No, sir.
And you probably have a vague memory of when you came here, or at least to wherever you met. You probably didn't meet Dr. Darla here, but
I was
wherever.
probably drunk at the time too.
Yeah, but it was somewhere in like downtown Dallas, probably. But this man was that you like have memories of his face being there as well, even if they're vague. But he opens the door for you and ushers you in, and then uses his shotgun as a walking stick back to the rocking chair and picks up his pipe again. And the inside of the house is obviously like it's almost like it was being staged for sale, right? It's so barren and just so perfectly
It's
set
a
up.
model home.
Yeah, it's just a model home. But there's like 3 lights on. One in the room you're in, one in the hallway, and then one in a room off down to the side. That makes it pretty obvious where to go.
I'll take the victim down there.
Yep.
Y'all wait here. I don't want to make the doc nervous.
All right. No, man.
Yeah, and even as like you walk down the hallway, there's a pretty heavy gust of air that hits you as you go, and you can see after the air hits you, you can see like built into the wall are powerful air jets blowing back towards the doorway. And as they activate and start blowing on you, you hear the doctor from the room say, "Just one of you and the injured one."
All right, that'll be me.
Okay, and you can carry the man in. The air blows on you again, and as you turn the corner into the room, it's all covered with plastic sheeting everywhere, and in the center of it is like a single table. What does Dr. Darla look like? What do we see as you guys turn the corner into the room?
Older woman, tall, skinny, long, straight black hair, almost like she's wearing a Cleopatra wig. Um, she has a big nose that's kind of hooked, and she wears granny glasses that are high up on her nose. And maybe there's a few streaks of gray in her otherwise black hair.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. And so we see that, and she's like in the middle of probably pushing up her glasses to make sure they're sitting perfectly. She says, on the table. Him, not you, of course.
I'll get him on the table and then step back.
And the money?
I will say my partner has it. She's out in the lobby. How much?
It'll depend on what's wrong. 1,500 down.
All right.
Another 15 if I need to do anything minor.
I'll text as she's saying this, I'll be texting it to Miss Kitty.
It'll be 5 if I have to do anything major, and 10 if I have to do any surgery.
Oh, not to Kitty, because Kitty doesn't have a phone.
Well, to Charlie then.
Yeah, I have mine.
Kitty's
Goodbye, Major.
phone
Make
is
it, man.
laying on that table.
Okay.
All right. And she starts looking him over. I'm going to have you roll. I'm going to have Kitty roll, I think.
Uh-oh.
Let's see how well off he is. I'm just going to have you roll a d10. If you roll a 1, this is going to be real bad, and it's going to suck, and it's going to cost a lot of money.
Oh boy.
If you roll a 2 through a... Let's say a 2 through a 6. 2 through a 5. It'll be middle. It'll be the 5K. And anything above that, it'll be 3K. 5K. All right. So, it takes a while of her like examining him, and she has all kinds of stuff that like she pulls out of these wooden walls. She like knocks on it a couple times, and a secret compartment flips open, and she pulls out some like inspection like what are they? The little ultrasound or EMGs or all those kinds of equipment are hidden in the walls here. But she eventually finishes up, and she's probably told you guys to go ahead and wait in the waiting room out front.
Gladly.
So, do you guys have any conversations while you're waiting out front for this, or do you just want to jump to when you find out?
Yeah, no, I don't really want to discuss anything in front of the doc. There's just stuff she doesn't need to know, because getting her involved is just another layer. The fact that we came here at all already puts her on the relationship map.
Yep. So what are you guys doing as she walks out about an hour and a half later? Are you guys just sitting there quietly?
Zeke's scrolling his phone.
Okay.
Just head on the briefcase.
All right.
Resting.
Sounds good.
At some point during that hour and a half, Kitty will pull her AAA card out of her wallet and throw it to Z.
All right. We having your truck towed?
They'll come get it. They'll take it to a shop. After that, I don't know. Fortunately, I have some.
Well, we'll have to wait till we get back to the truck stop, because I really don't want AAA coming here where the doc's at. I'm sure she doesn't either.
No, but one of y'all's gonna have to call, because they do the phoning for me. I don't have a phone, and now he's in there. And
Fine. I will take care of it, and I'll put the card away for future reference.
Yep. Yeah, and the doc comes out about an hour and a half later, as I said. Says, well, it's not terrible. It's not good, but it's not terrible. does have a pretty severe concussion. To be expected. It seems like he's been through some trauma. A couple of broken ribs is the real problem. One of them almost pierced a lung. You got real lucky there. So, mostly it's going to take some bandages. I'm going to have to set that shoulder that he got dislocated for sure. I don't know what y'all did to this poor boy, but I ain't here to ask. Are y'all going to be taking him when he's better, or do you have somewhere you want me to send him?
Well, we have just recently arrived in town and have yet to secure permanent lodgings. That might take a day or two.
All right. Well,
Is
it'll
he
take him about a week.
Is he unable to travel?
I would recommend against it.
Is he able to stay here?
I mean, anything is possible. All it takes is money.
Miss Kitty?
How much money?
Well, the treatment itself is going to be around $5,000. If you want him to stay with me for the duration of his recovery, I'll give it to you for a couple thousand a week.
That's cheaper than a hospital stay.
It is. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how much money Kitty has.
Yeah, you don't really have like a set
Yeah.
amount of money.
Sort of like the resource pip determines what financial class you are, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this would be more like if you take her up on this, as far as game mechanics go, the next time you want something expensive, I'm gonna say no.
Right.
Like this would be using your resources right now.
And I also have to get my truck taken care of.
Yes, it is going to be hard to get your truck fixed entirely if you take her up on this. So, I mean, truck, person. Which one matters more to Kitty?
What if we left him here for just a day or two while we secure our lodgings? What would that entail?
I can hold on to him for 2 days at the included price. He's going to need that much time before I feel comfortable with him leaving anyway.
That would be wonderful. I'm sure, we'll be settled before then, and we'll handle things.
All right, then just the 5,000.
Kitty will pull out her wallet.
Does Kitty carry that much in cash just on her?
I mean, she would have pulled out money for something like running away from town.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fair.
All right.
Normally not quite that much, but you never know when you're running away.
Yeah.
Running away.
Cool.
We'll mostly tap the cash on hand, but
Yeah, it's gonna that would be pretty much all of your reserves, at least on hand money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, she'll happily take it. She says, "All right, well, Z, we do seem to meet in some terrible circumstances, but I guess that's my line of work. Y'all be safe."
Thank you much, Doc. And we hope to not be seeing you again.
accept to come pick up that young gentleman.
Well, yeah, I just hope we don't need your services again, is what I'm saying. We're going to try to keep the shiny side up.
She nods and she'll turn around and head back into the room. And as she's walking away, says, "All right, now get the fuck out of my house."
Oh, man.
Let's do it.
So we're going back to the truck stop.
Yep, and we'll begin looking for a place to. Do we want to try to run a house?
See what's available.
Whose name you putting on that?
You could just make one up.
Yeah, I think I might be able to pull a trick. We'll see. We could always just find an underpass. But no, I have no idea. I'm at a loss for how we're going to secure housing. I say we, maybe we find an abandoned,
That's what I was going to say. Look for an
An-
abandoned house.
an abandoned house or an abandoned building somewhere in Dallas.
All right, man.
No
I'm
warehouse.
pretty good at finding those, man.
Or even if it's not abandoned, one that's not currently being used.
I think Kitty was saying the warehouse, be good for storing the vehicles.
Yeah.
All right. You'll got about 4 hours left in this night. Probably 3.5 after you get back to the truck stop. Do you want to start looking now? Do you want to make plans? What do you want to do?
Do you think the truck is going to, if we pay for space at the truck park, our truck will sit pretty much unmessed with, right?
I would assume so. They probably got security.
It depends, man. But yeah.
It's a U-Haul truck, so if people aren't looking to boost shit, they're probably not looking to boost grandma's credenza. So I say we just hang out in the truck park for the night. Sleep in the back. It's dark in that U-Haul. Probably not the most comfortable, but man, we're fugitives on the run. It's gonna have a rough night now and then.
What if that one dude, man, the guy I shot, what if he saw us in the drive away in the U-Haul, though, man?
Well, I think I can do something. Shit, are there any other U-Hauls here?
Roll a d10 on a 7 or better. Yes. No.
Okay. Z probably wouldn't know this, that all U-Hauls have Arizona plates because it's an Arizona company. So he's going to wait till sometime early in the morning and go swap that plate with a plate on somebody else's truck. Not a semi truck, because he's smart enough to know that those plates don't look like a plate that would be on a U-Haul. But
all right. Cool. So yeah, he just swaps out with, like, does he pick just a passenger, like a normal car?
a normal car, an SUV or something like that, minivan.
How does he go about this? Like, what's his plan of attack?
Let's see. We're at the truck park. I'm sure there's an area where there's some SUVs parked that are pulling RV trailers or maybe pulling boats. And those would be the least conspicuous to get to, and I'm just going to try to be quick and stealthy.
All right. Let's have you make a check then. That sounds like stealth, dexterity. We'll call it moderate difficulty. You're in a populated area, but it's also dark.
Woo!
Oh,
I got the hot dice tonight,
Yeah.
A messy critical.
but I end up getting a Missouri plate,
Yeah.
not knowing that U-Hauls don't come with Missouri plates.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Cool. Yeah, so and I think that's probably a good spot to end for the night.
The messy critical means I might have stolen a plate off of a car that's got an APB out for it or something.
Yeah.
Boy.
I stole the wrong plate.
Yeah, for sure. That'll come back to haunt you.
Mm.
But you
Fair
do get the
soon.
plate. And yeah, we kind of fade out on the group spending the night in the inside the back of the U-Haul. And fade out.
Well,
oh
we're
dang.
great vampires, you know? Great pal.
I don't
Back of
know.
the
I think
U-Haul.
I pretty much nailed the brouhahing today. Twice.
There was lots of violence, yes. Woke up and
Twice.
chose violence.
So, did we learn something new and important about the world?
Not directly, I don't think.
I don't think so either.
I disagree.
You think we learned about possible left light and their MO?
I think you learned you learned for sure this session that it wasn't the military, right?
Yes,
Oh,
we
that's
did.
fair.
All right.
That's pretty important. Or at
That's
least
true.
it isn't the standard military.
Yeah. It's paramilitary
Yeah.
Terry.
or something that's they want to look military.
Yep.
Right.
So 1 XP for that.
Nice.
Did we learn something new and important about a player character?
Learn a little bit about Z and his past in Dallas.
I don't know if any of it was important though.
That's fair.
Is this the first session where we've learned Z is not going to call his parents for help?
Yeah. He has never ever even mentioned his parents to anybody before.
Yeah, I think the fact that you guys are going...
Other than he mentioned to Kitty that his dad was a big fan of hers.
Mm-hmm. But the fact that you guys are going to Dallas, which you now know his parents are in, and he won't call them, tells you something pretty important about Z's character, I feel like.
Yeah, that's fair.
Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Does the watch post crew count?
No.
we did evade the cordon that they put around the town.
We did evade the initial operation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's fair. And did you loot a memorable treasure?
No, we left it behind.
Lost the toilet. Again, we're negative on treasure.
So 1 XP for the session and 3 for the questions is 4 XP this session.
Nice.
Cool.
Woof.
Cool. Well, good job, guys. I think any session where you answer yes to 3 out of 4 questions is a good session.
That's a good session. And we weren't attacked by the whole military once. Also, good session. I did get
Yes.
shot at.
That could have gone badly.
Yeah.
I was not shot at directly, but I was shot in the direction of.
Yes.
Yeah. That was a very fun use of my potence. I'll launch a guy.
But sicko mode on those people.
Oh man.
Oh, you're gonna be hungry in the morning.
Yeah, when you got to heal all those wounds.
Oh,
Oh.
hungry.
Yeah.
And we still haven't really seen what Charlie can do yet.
Not yet.
Nope, she let y'all handle it.
She
Fair
let
enough.
us mishandle it.
That's what Brewhot do. We make trouble.
Very nice.
Alright, guys. I think that is time for us to sign off of Twitch. Oh, thank you, Xenia. That was terrible timing. Charming. I'm going to put up the goodbye screen. Goodbye,
Night,
Twitch.
Twitch.
Goodbye, Twitch.